Imagine this. It's 1945. The war is over. Hitler is dead. But thousands of Nazi officers, collaborators, and sympathizers are quietly disappearing across Europe. Where are they going? And why did so many of them end up in Argentina, of all places? Was it because of politics, culture, or maybe something darker hiding beneath the surface? Stay with us, because the real reason the Nazis fled to Argentina might surprise you.
Europe isn't safe anymore. When the Allies raised their flags over Berlin and Germany signed its surrender in May 1945, one thing was clear. Europe was no longer safe for those who had supported the regime. The Nuremberg trials were about to begin, and anyone connected to the Nazis knew what was coming: judgment. But escaping Europe wasn't so simple. Even though the war had ended, Nazi sympathizers in old networks were still active. Countries like Spain, ruled by Francisco Franco, offered quiet protection. Some Swiss officials looked the other way. And even a few high-ranking members of the Catholic Church helped these men vanish. Would you believe priests actually helped smuggle war criminals out of Europe?
The secret rat lines. These escape networks would later be called rat lines. They stretched across Europe, through Spain and Italy, all the way to South America. Why South America? And why did Argentina in particular open its arms to these fugitives? Let's look at the man who made it possible, Juan Domingo Peron.
Peron's Argentina, the perfect hideout. President Peron admired certain aspects of Germany's militarism and discipline. He believed those same values could strengthen his own country. With his diplomats and intelligence agents spread across Europe, Peron's Argentina became a welcoming destination for fleeing Nazis, offering new passports, new identities, and a fresh start far away from Allied justice. But Peron wasn't acting alone. Many wealthy Argentine businessmen of German descent helped finance the operation. They believed these men could bring skills, technology, and maybe even political influence. Here's a question for you. If you were in Peron's shoes, would you take in these people for their expertise, or would you turn them over to justice? Comment below. I'm curious what you think.
Cultural and political ties. Argentina had deep cultural ties with Europe, especially with Spain, Italy, and Germany. By the mid-20th century, millions of Argentines were of European descent. This made the arrival of German fugitives less suspicious. They could blend in easily, especially in communities where German was already spoken. Peron even envisioned Argentina becoming a global power, a neutral player between the capitalist United States and the communist Soviet Union. And what better way to prepare for that than to recruit experienced anti-communist German officers and scientists? Sound familiar? It's the same logic the U.S. used during Operation Paperclip, when America secretly brought over German scientists to work on rockets and weapons.
The Cold War and changing times. As tensions between the U.S. and the USSR rose, Peron thought these men could help Argentina rise as a third global force. But time changes everything. After Peron's government fell in 1955, the new administration wasn't so friendly to these hidden fugitives. By the 1990s, many of them were living openly under their real names, some even running businesses, completely unbothered. A few were finally tracked down and extradited for trial, but many others simply faded into Argentina's German-speaking communities, never to be heard from again. Geography and the Great Escape. But there's one more piece to the puzzle: geography.
Look at a map of 1945. Europe was shattered. The East was under Soviet control. Africa was still colonial territory. North America, too risky. But South America, especially Argentina, was far enough, friendly enough, and open enough for a new life. It was the perfect combination of distance, political cover, and opportunity. Would you take that chance to cross an ocean and start over under a new name? Or would you rather face justice where you were born?
Legacy and reflection. In total, thousands escaped through rat lines, traveling from Germany to Spain, from Rome to Genoa, then across the Atlantic to Argentina, Chile, Paraguay, Brazil, and beyond. Some found power again. Others lived quietly until the end of their days. And even today, parts of southern Argentina still hold small German-speaking communities, a quiet echo of that hidden past. It makes you wonder, how many secrets still lie buried under the Patagonian soil?
If you found this story fascinating, hit that like button. It really helps us bring more history to life. And tell me in the comments, do you think countries like Argentina were wrong to shelter these fugitives, or were they just playing their own political game? Subscribe if you love exploring the hidden stories of history. And don't forget to ring the bell so you never miss the next one. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay curious, stay informed, and we'll see you in the next video.